You are listening to APEX1 Radio. Stay with us for the best bet in the new wave of communication. APEX1 Radio. Get informed, enjoy, and learn.
Her name is Nkem DenChukwu, whom we can no longer introduce because we've had her several times on radio, and of course, whose works are quite conspicuous. Nkem DenChukwu has moved on to yet another project, and this time we shall be discussing the story of Bedfellas. That's the title of her latest movie. So let's go to Houston, Texas, and welcome our next guest, Nkem DenChukwu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ernest. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm all right, thanks. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's not raining today, so.
It's raining in Columbus, but then we are keeping it moderate, eh? And so, Nkem DenChukwu, it's been a while, eh?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I think maybe more than a year.
Yeah, more than a year. All the same, I understand that you've been working because apparently you are one of those people who don't go to bed so often.
Well, sleep is very necessary. I do go to bed. You know when my body tells me to. So.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, but I normally stay up late, so it's very obvious.
Right. Okay, we are here on radio to talk about movies, but I would like you to spare just a few minutes to tell us about your books. How are they doing?
Oh, they're doing well. Well, the children's books are doing well. I actually have written the second part of the book, Zoe, so I just have to get the illustrations done, of course, then get it published, because I'm getting good feedback from kids and parents, and of course some libraries that have the books in their libraries. So it's doing well. I mean, the main focus is to inspire, empower, and educate kids. And so far, I'm being more inspired to write more due to the feedbacks I'm getting from kids and parents.
That's interesting. Well, hopefully we are going to have more of those books coming.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, and the news is Bedfellas. But before we get there, how is Pound of Flesh doing as well?
Pound of Flesh, we actually getting ready to showcase the film and the rest of them on an online movie platform. Okay. It's called Golden Eye TV, which will be launched by the end of this month in Houston. But of course, launching it in Houston doesn't mean that it's limited to Houston. It's a world wide web, so that means everybody will have access to the website. To be able to watch it on there. It's called Golden Eye TV. It's your pay-per-view online movie platform. So Pound of Flesh will be streamed on there. Okay. Of course, Gem of the Rainforest and the rest of them.
That's beautiful. And back to Bedfellas. So you just finished filming this new one. Where did that take place? Was it in Houston as well?
Yeah, here in Houston.
Okay. And apparently all your movies are shot in Houston.
Not really. I mean, it's just say Texas because it depends on the scenes and how the story is, and that determines like the locations. Of course, I love finding locations. So sometimes we move outside of Houston, depending again on the what the scene requires. But most times, yes, in Houston.
Would you shoot in Africa if your story requires you to do so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things one of the places that I would love to film. Not just Africa, like Paris and Hawaii and places like that. I love to travel, so filming in other countries would be like a dream come true for me. So.
Okay, that's great.
I actually would love to film with this producer. I think she's from Ghana. Her name is Shirley. Last name starts with F. I can't pronounce that last name, but she produces incredible films. So that's like one producer, writer-director. She's also a writer-director-editor.
Right.
That I would definitely love to work with. I love her style of filmmaking also.
Right. I understand that you've also done a series. But Bedfellas, what is this one? Is it a short film, documentary, or feature film?
No, it's a feature. It's a feature film. But while we were filming Bedfellas, we were also filming 3 short films at the same time. So I basically produced 4 movies in 14 days. Crazy, but true.
Okay.
Bedfellows is a feature, and the other three are shorts.
Right. And so, at what stage is the production?
Post.
Okay.
Post. Right now, Bedfellows is being edited.
Right. And how long is it going to take, this phase of production?
Most likely in the next maybe couple of weeks. Then, of course, we'll cut a trailer to tease you guys.
Okay. That's good. So let's go back to the first phase of production. How did it go?
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
The first phase of production, how did it go?
Oh, which is the pre-production. The pre-production stage is actually my favorite part of filmmaking. That's when I get to dissect the screenplay. Then I'm able to know what's required, the right actors to cast. Of course, I'm also a casting director, so that's the fun part for me. So it didn't really. Because I basically do my homework during that stage, it makes my job during production stage a lot easier. So,
Right. So, Bedfellows, story. What is it all about?
Okay. It's about a female DEA agent, drug enforcement agency agent.
Okay.
Lieutenant D, played by Mary Oranta. She actually flew in from Nigeria to play that role.
Right.
The character of Lieutenant D is a 10-year veteran with the Houston office of the federal government department, the Drug Enforcement Agency.
Okay.
So the DEA, she doesn't know that she's married to a man who is number one on the DEA most wanted list of known drug dealers. So the situation gets worse. Her colleague and partner, Lieutenant Sophia, played by Melissa Determined, is the DEA's worst employee. So the DEA's Houston office is crawling, of course, with crawling with a whole lot of, of course, bad agents, and of course, Lieutenant Sophia, who she orchestrated all the, basically dealing with the drug dealers, taking money from them, and of course, without the people above her not knowing whatever she was doing. So when she joined the agency to beat drug dealers, eventually everything had to unravel, and Dee's husband, Hector, played by Cam Quintus came from Maryland to play that role. Dee's husband, I'm just rambling here. Dee's husband and Hector, they have been partners in crime, and of course, they are bedfellows in terms of, they are sleeping together. That's what bedfellows, that's what it stands for.
Okay.
So, but eventually they had to find a way to tease Dee to be a part of the ongoing affair. The bottom line of the story is that, this whole thing is entangled in drugs and illegal activities and, of course, sex. They're all involved, all entangled, with the Captain Hurley, played by JD. JD has been in our productions a few times. Right. An awesome actor. So we had a whole lot of very talented actors that were used in this film. Even the extras that we used. I always tell actors, regardless of how small your role is, that role is important because it ties the entire story together. So the movie Bedfellows is definitely, it will keep you grounded. You just sit there without knowing what will happen next. But of course, at the end of the story, then everything unravels. Right. Of course, you see Lieutenant D and Sophia, Melissa, and Mary, getting to the, fist fight. I think that's one of my favorite parts.
Right. So you're saying that you were satisfied with the performance of your actors?
Absolutely. Okay. If you don't cast the right actors, you basically have nothing. You basically have nothing. So when I do cast actors, it's nothing personal for me. I cast you based on your ability to to deliver, and of course your ability to take directions.
Right.
So we did cast very talented actors for this film as well.
Mm. You've worked with Don Okolo in previous productions. Tell me, what was the experience this time around?
I mean, it's always the same. Basically, depending on the elements in the story, before the production starts, Don and I, of course, we always meet. We have production meetings, and of course, meet with the actors and the DP, the other cast crew members, to make sure that the production goes well. So, of course, working with Don this time was, of course, a learning experience because he's been in the industry for so long. So he has a lot to teach, after all. I mean, he teaches it at the university.
Right.
So it was a very good experience, working with him on this project. We have more coming up anyway, so...
And we also understand that every experience is different, and the milieu has become very competitive to an extent that you are expected, to improve on any new production. So how different would Bedfellas be from the previous movies you've done, Nkem?
Well, Bedfellas, it's totally different because every story differs. And of course, Don writing his own screenplays, they're all original screenplays, so it's not like maybe the stories are copycats or anything. So each story or each production is definitely different from the last and definitely different from the next. So Bedfellas, it's like, I'm a big fan of Criminal Minds. So it's like, it's not like that, but it's almost like that. But here you're dealing with federal agents.
Okay.
So Bedfellas is definitely different from the rest of them. So every story, considering that it's different, the elements, of course, are different too. So that helps to, it helps you to know exactly what to do, the kind of locations to get, the kind of actors to get. So because it dealt with drugs and drug enforcement agency and the agents. And of course, in almost everything that is done in this life, sex is involved, depending on how you view sex. So this one is definitely different. Of course, the sex part of the story was it has to be was tastefully done. So,
right.
And I can guarantee you the audience will be wooed by the story when they watch it.
Okay. And I also understand that there are always some down moments in every production. Did you face some problems you would want to share with us?
Well, the thing is that a lot of times when you are, either you're a director or you're a producer or you're an actor, and especially when you're dealing with a lot of people, there's always something that is bound to happen. So, I mean, what I have issue with is when, and it's not just with Bedfellas, I've had this issue in other productions, when you have actors that capital refuse to take directions for whatever reason. They think they shouldn't take directions. So that's just, or some actors that are tardy, they are late. Or actors, the one that actually drives me nuts is when actors litter, like littering, making a mess on set. First of all, somebody will probably think, oh, what's the big deal? Yes, it's a big deal. When you go home, when you're in your own home, you can make a mess as much as you want. But when you come on the set, on my set, I do not appreciate littering because, number one, it doesn't make us look good. It makes me, in particular, look bad because I was the one that, got the location, so that's one major thing that I have dealt with in the last 4 years that I became a producer. Littering. Actors, almost everybody on set, littering. So I end up picking up after them. I mean, humility is everything. For you to be a good leader, you have to be a good servant. But it doesn't mean, regardless that I'm the producer, I still humble myself to pick up mess. But when it becomes a habit, It's not good. I mean, I have 4 kids at home. I barely even pick up after them because I teach them to clean up their own mess. So when you are dealing with actors, most of them on the set, the leader, only very few don't. So that's one big problem that I have all the time on the set, littering. So if you're an actor and you hope to be in our next production, if you litter, I can say one thing with a smile on my face: do not bother to audition.
The message has definitely gone across. Don't litter when it comes to Nkem DenChukwu's set, and try as much as possible to be humble, because humility is the key. And of course, to be a good leader, you must be a good servant. Her name is Nkem DenChukwu. She is a frontline African movie producer in the diaspora. She's speaking live on APEX1 Radio, listening to Fiesta number 57 with Ernest Kanjo. Now, Nkem, I understand as well that a lot of people get very anxious, very excited when they see pictures of upcoming movies on social media. So they get to want to know most often how soon these productions will be ready. So are you saying that before the end of this year, we are going to be able to watch Bedfellas?
Absolutely. I don't want to be precise because I'm not certain yet. As soon as the editing is done, of course, then we have the teaser. That will be when I'll be certain to say this is exactly when it's coming, but it's not going to the end of the year. That's too far.
Okay. So are you planning any premiere for this movie?
We're not certain yet, considering that we are about to launch Golden Eye TV. Again, it's an online streaming.
Okay.
Like Netflix. I mean, of course, Netflix has more content.
Okay.
But it's your online movie enclave with a twist. It's not your typical. So.
And any festivals in view?
Absolutely. We are trying to make sure that we don't miss some deadlines. Of course, we're not going to submit to every festival. That's a lot of money to submit to every festival because it's not free. You pay like $80, $110 to submit to one. So it's a lot of money, but we are definitely going to be selective of the festivals to submit all the films. It's not just Bedfellas. We did the 3 short films. One of them is called The Contract.
Okay.
The Contract, let me see. Briefcase, okay. The Contract, where we had Sonny Okezie, Curtis Vaughn. We usually cast the very good actors. And, of course, we also had The Briefcase. And, of course, the third one, the title is just great. It's called One Good Sex Deserves a Murder. All 3 of them are short films. So all of them are going to be released, not at the same time with Bedfellas, but definitely all 3 will be released. All 4 will be released very soon. Yes, okay. I'm excited.
That is beautiful information there. Bedfellas is been accompanied by 3 other short films. That was definitely a gigantic project. Nkem, I want to thank you so much for joining us on radio today to give us all this valuable information, and we want to wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ernest. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, and do have a fantastic rest of the day.
All right, you too.